Okay, this is a control panel that I've cut out for this little cab that I'm putting together, and I just thought I would show what I'm going to do here. I'm going to mount the joysticks on the underneath, but not have bolts coming all the way through. So what I'm going to use are, if I can show you this here, these little threaded inserts. Okay. And the ones I'm using are called the Easy Lock. I just bought a pack of 100. They're not expensive, and they're the length and dimensions and everything like that. And so of course it says to drill 9mm. I don't have a 9mm drill bit. What I was using is a 23/64. And I will show you. I'll show you how to mount these. So the first thing you want to do is flip your board over, put your joystick on it, and get it kind of where you want it, and then mark little holes where you're going to drill. And I'm going to use these larger holes. It just gives you a little more room for error. Otherwise, you'd have to drill these out, make them a little bigger, so I can use these. So let me mark that, and I'll show you from there. Hold on. So I've marked the holes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a pilot hole with a smaller drill bit. This is a 1/8 inch, just right in the middle of each of these holes, just so when I go in with the larger drill bit, it'll go straight. It won't slip on me any. So let me drill those in. Okay, so the pilot holes, I just drilled those in, and now I'm going to go back with a when I say 23/64 bit. And what I've done is I've just put some blue painter's tape here at the right depth, which is really just the full depth of one of these little sleeves. That way I make sure I drill the hole, deep enough. Okay, so now I'm just going to drill holes in each 4 of these down to that depth. Okay, so I drilled the holes. I went and did the other one as well. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put these sleeves in, and the way you do that is that you screw them in. So these, there's kind of like a hexagon top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little wood glue and put some wood glue on the threads, and use this Allen wrench to screw them in until they're flush, or really just a touch below the surface. And then you need to let it set up for a good day, maybe 12 hours at least. So I'm doing it at night. Now I'll look at it tomorrow night. It should be fine. But I'll let it go at least, like I said, 12 hours or maybe a day before I actually bolt anything to it, because I want this to be really solid. So maybe I'll try to set up the tripod for this so you can see me do that. Okay. So you just put some wood glue on the threads. It really doesn't take much. You just want a little bit on the threads. You don't want it down inside it because you're going to put a bolt down inside it later, and you want that space free and clear. Okay. So I'll just put them in the threads there. If you can see how much is in there. Not a ton. And then just try to be pretty careful here. Get it straight up and down. That's in there really good. Now I'm going to tilt it up here and you can see maybe it is pretty flush. So which is what you want. You want it to be nice and flush. Okay, I've got another one here I already put glue on. And at the end, you actually are turning, believe it or not, if you're turning kind of tight, it feels like at the end you are turning it kind of tight. Alright, that's in there. So those are 4 and they're flush. And then what I actually have, I'm not going to scroll down, I have a box of these bolts here. These are 3/4 inch. They're 1420 by 3/4 inch. I'm not going to put them in now, but I'm just showing you they slide right, they screw right in. So I'm not going to put them in now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other 4 and let it sit overnight, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, I'm going to put this, put the bolts on, put the joystick on down underneath. One thing I use is for this bolt, I'm going to use this thread lock. It doesn't take much, just a couple little drop there in the threads, and then a little split washer, lock washer. And then I just finger tight them. Get all 4 in. So then I finger tight them, and then I just go around with a wrench and just tighten them up again, but not too much. You don't want to over tighten. Okay, so those are on, all 4 of those. And then when you flip it over, of course now I put a little bit of, let me see, I'll back up there a little bit. There you go. You can see, so now there's no bolts there on that, on the underside of, on the top side of the control panel. Not a big deal if there were, but this is how you can do it if maybe you don't have the space, or it's a smaller control panel. This is a smaller control panel. I don't really have the space. So anyway, that's how you do that. It's pretty easy actually, and they'll hold pretty good. All right.